Hello, everybody. Welcome to Nintendo Pop Block here on Boss Push Network. I'm your host, the Lights Excited NV. Joining me is the one, the only boss man himself, Mr. Corey Derrick. Hello, good sir.
Hello, Edward. We're here. We have unraveled the slinky.
Yeah. And found some GameCube accessories to go along with it. That was a really good song. I enjoyed that. If you guys want to hear that, you will have to join our Patreon. You know, we'll give you guys the info.
Well, no, it'll go on probably the end of this episode. We'll just slap it on the end of this.
Okay.
Or on the end of something. I don't know.
So everybody, join our Patreon and get an idea of how me and Corey have discussions.
It's something, huh?
Yes. They'd be like, wait, how did that get into that conversation? And how our transitions are just
nobody knows. Nobody really knows.
That is true. How are you, Corey?
I'm all right. I'm kind of tired, but that's the norm now. So just kind of busy at work and doing a bunch of things and trying to figure out why my Xenoblade Chronicles X was delayed.
Dude, I really don't know what happened with Best Buy with Xenoblade Chronicles.
I wonder if they just didn't anticipate it being as popular as it is, because certain stores seem to think certain things aren't as popular as they're going to be, and sometimes rightly so, and sometimes like it's a Nintendo first party game, you should probably stock up.
Right. And I didn't even check Thursday. I didn't even check Target and stuff just to see if they had it in their new selection.
And it's not even like I waited until Wednesday night to order it. I ordered it on Saturday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So like I didn't want to like order it like 5 months out, but if I'm getting something, I usually order it about a week out, and then it
arrives on the day it releases.
Yeah.
And UPS usually be good about it. They be on it like around 9 or 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I had it for in-store pickup was my thing. And then they said it like my copy was delayed. Would you rather us ship it? It'll be there on Friday. And then I said, sure. Because like Thursday I was recording Tower Casuals, and I had to edit and get that up, and then I was trying to clean up some other stuff that was going on, and like I wasn't going to have time to play it anyway. I also had to finish Fire Emblem, which, man, it was hard, but what a finale.
For the DLC.
Mm-hmm. Dude, the DLC, that last mission is so hard. Dude, it literally took me like 3 play sessions to play through it.
Oh, wow.
And here's the thing. We'll talk about it when we get to what we've been playing. But it's just been a pretty busy week and a busy
Can I tell you, I was actually thinking of this. I don't know if this is a 1-up or expansion pass. I was actually thinking about this in my my drive today going home. It hit me about, I was listening to Nick and Brody and Evan. I was listening to WSAD and Beyond, and they was talking about the state of PC gaming, and just a really great discussion with those three. And it got me thinking. It got me thinking about Nintendo and their games, and it's that stereotype of Nintendo games are so easy, are so for kids. And I thought to myself, I'm like, I don't think a lot of people realize how hard Nintendo games are and can be when they ramp up the difficulty.
Yeah, and it's crazy because like it definitely felt like so. And sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No. Go.
I was just going to say it like Fire Emblem Engage was like the perfect example of like the campaign is like a medium to slightly difficult.
Mm-hmm.
As you like, I would say about the halfway mark, it gets like challenging and then like relatively challenging, at the end, but you can out level it, right? You can level up, you can, min max your gear and your characters and like their stats and everything, right?
Yes.
By doing the paralogs and the skirmishes and the training sessions and stuff. Like you can do all that, right? I would say the paralogs, like the DLC paralogs, are for the hardcore, like the hardest of the hardcore who want like the hardest challenge, because
Yes.
man, the last two levels of the DLC, like I probably put 7 or 8 hours in the last two chapters of the DLC.
Oh wow.
I mean, granted, I was trying to save almost everybody, right? Like I was definitely trying to save people, and especially the last level, I wanted as many characters on the final boss as possible, because it's like there's challenges to it and stuff, but like,
Yeah.
man, it was yeah, it was difficult.
Yeah, I kind of I think I'm gonna do that as a special pass of when people don't think of Nintendo games when it comes to challenging your skill. Like when they really make it difficult, they make it difficult, and I'm like, no kid is going to be able to achieve this
Well,
unless they're really good.
Nintendo's the master of fun for everyone, like hard to master.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's, I mean, ever since like Mario, essentially, like I would say it's just, Mario 3 and Mario World probably, but like, trying to 100% those games is incredibly difficult.
Yeah.
Especially like something like Mario World, right? And then like not only do you have to do 100% like the main quest or whatever you want to call it, but like there's the whole other Chocolate Island where it's incredibly like way more difficult to 100%, right? Because you have to play through the whole game again everything's like mixed up, almost like a Master Quest mode for Zelda or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, that's the expression pass I wanna have talk, because I'm like, y'all think Mario games are for kids. I'm like, you try them difficulty levels in Super Mario Sunshine when you don't have the water jet. Trust me. And a lot of the Mario games when it's the special worlds. But like I said, that's for expression pass. Everybody. We have one more week before we have news about the Switch 2. We're going to be doing a Nintendo Direct recap live. I got the day off. I'm super excited. I know I'm going to be talking to a lot of people, texting a lot of people, probably writing some articles, seeing some games, and then we're going to come together and we're going to record an episode about our opinions on what we've seen with the Nintendo Direct for the Switch 2 reveal. I'm super excited to have these conversations, super excited to see what games are coming, what additional accessories, price maybe, date reveal, memory cards, would there be some one like special ones on sale, just a whole bunch, and Nintendo's been quiet, so it's going to be exciting to see April 2nd on that Nintendo Direct. So yeah, our direct recap live, just follow our socials and we'll let you guys know when we're going live, and we want you guys to join us and join in the conversation.
Yeah, it'll definitely be Wednesday night, and it will definitely be around 8:30 or 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're trying to still figure out like the live stuff here, and I kind of have things set up in a way maybe on StreamYard, but I'll make sure everything is set up for that. And right now, joining us, we're probably gonna have like 5 or 6 people watching it with us. We're gonna do like the full watch along of the direct. We're gonna play it while we're streaming it and everything, and then we'll talk about it either as we're going or afterwards or both, right? But yeah, I mean, it's close, man. It's I can't believe it's next week already. Like,
Yeah, I got the, hopefully they gave me my pay date off for it. I got the day off, but I gotta work Sunday. That Sunday. Which is fine. I'm like, it's Sunday. I'll close. I'll take this person's spot. They could close my day, Wednesday. That's fine. And then we'll go back to our regular schedule. So I'm super, super excited for it. And it's been about since we did like live reaction
I know.
to it.
I think it's because I think it's just because like we've always struggled with finding the right way to do it,
Mm-hmm.
and like StreamYard offers such a easy tool to do that with. And and not only does it like, not only can we watch it live and do like this whole thing that we're doing now,
Yeah.
but it also records all of us separately, and then it also records whatever screen capture we have separately, and aligns it with the rest of us. So like if we switch off of it, right, it'll leave like a black screen like while we're recording just us, and then when we switch back, it'll like the recording will pick up, right, and leave like that chunk of time as a black screen that it wasn't on. So it's like really cool and really simplified. So like if one of us cuts out during the live stream or whatever, we'll have the local recordings. And I think what I'm planning on doing is taking this live feed and just putting the local recordings, either over top of it, of the video, if it's grainy, which it's not. Like, I think it looks good. Like, I think it looks fine. And then, have the local audio run underneath it.
Okay.
So that'll be nice. It'll be cool.
This is so exciting, dude. Like,
I'm excited. I'm really thrilled that we get to do this again. I was talking to Laurent. I know we're running long, but there's really nothing to talk about tonight, honestly, worth note. So who cares? We're going to talk about stuff anyway. I was talking to Laurent, and like, this really allows us to do a lot more stuff live, and we can be more versatile and agile with our content. We can, my plan tomorrow is to, or maybe if we get done early tonight, like, is to kind of set up for, it'll probably be tomorrow, I'm going to be honest with you, kind of reset up my stuff to where I like hook up my live streaming stuff again, like, because like I haven't had time, space, or a program to do it. And now I do. So.
Okay. Well, tomorrow I'll probably go get sushi and then be like, well, what to do for the rest of the day? Oh, let me write. And then I'll probably, hopefully, if you go like stream to test stuff, to be like, come check out my stream. I'll hop on and check it out.
Yeah, we'll see what I got to get all of our content up first, and I still I have some like work stuff to do.
Oh yeah,
this weekend, so we'll see.
After what we talked, I'm like, oh yeah. I can understand the work thing.
Yeah. So TBD on that, but I'm excited for. Yes. I always feel like I'm saying I'm excited for things, and then stuff doesn't happen, and I kind of feel bad that it doesn't happen. But this time I think it's really happening. So,
man, I swear if Nintendo announced a streaming service for Switch 2 in partnership with like YouTube or something, I'll be like, yeah, I'll be like, yeah, let me hit that button.
I mean, we did talk about that potential social media thing that they're doing, right? So
yes.
It's not that out of the question, in my opinion.
Shoot. Trust me, with one of the news story we're going to get to later on happening, I'm like, wait, what? So, and me and David just started having theories. We would get to it, everybody. Trust me, we're going to get to it. But Corey, let's get into some housekeeping right now.
Fine.
Well, everybody, this is Nintendo Power Block, the Nintendo podcast for Boss Rush Media and the Boss Rush Network. You can learn more and support us over on Patreon. That's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Join for as little as $1 a month grants you ad-free access to our main shows, early access to Expression Pass and Video Game Book Club, exclusive access to Power Block 1-Up podcast, and more. Become a Patreon producer at the $5 level or even follow us for free. If you can't support us financially, please head over to Apple Podcasts or Spotify and leave a 5-star rating and a great review as it helps with discoverability. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, like the video, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an episode. And make sure you leave a comment or question below. As always, you can follow us on social media platforms at Powerblock Podcast and at Boss Rich Network. And you can find all of our content, including reviews, listicles, features, our daily beta discussions, and more on bossrush.net. Everybody, I am going to be writing my Avowed review. I'm going to be also getting my articles and stuff in definitely tomorrow. I just took a break this on Saturday. And I played a little bit more of Avowed just to make sure that I got the feel of everything of in case I was missing something. But yeah, my Avowed review will be coming soon. I'm going to be writing it. It might be a huge one, but I have to, like take my notes and everything and try to figure out how I'm going to present this. Cause really, like with the story and stuff, there's a lot of I won't say lore, but a lot of nonsense.
Well, I mean, there is a lot of lore because it's a spinoff of a series than an already existing series, right? So technically, I guess there is a lot of lore.
Well, yeah, but I think if you don't know where it comes from and stuff, you'd be like, "What the world? Huh?" Okay, so I'm trying to make it where it's more, easier for people to read and understand. So I'm just figuring that out and everything. But yeah, I'm going to be trying to finish up my blogs and stuff. I definitely got to do the Tekken 8 blog and everything. I got to get my betas in, everybody. I got to make sure that I get my writings done and contribute more writings because I have got into like a lazy mood at times and the work's been like odd for some sense. And so yeah, I get into a weekend, like a Saturday, and just be like, I don't feel like driving or going nowhere. I just want to rest because I'm like driving to work 5 days straight. It's fun, it's great. But I'm like, sometimes just be like, I need a break. So
that's fair, right? So, yeah.
So, Corey, what about you? Any upcoming content or anything?
I mean, aside from like Switch 2 stuff, not really. I have emails out for some interviews, but I haven't followed up seriously, which is, another kind of ball drop on my part. But man, it's been really hard because there's a lot of people I've been wanting to reach out to, especially people that we've talked to at PAX and all this other stuff. And it's just not, man, I just can't find the time to even follow up, but I mean, I'm kind of working on Switch 2 stuff, and we're doing that running series of not Switch launch games, but Nintendo launch lineups and everything launches. So I am trying to form some content around that, based on those conversations. So
that's actually been really fun.
Oh yeah, dude, it's been really fun. So
our 3DS one, everybody, when you see it, you're gonna be like, oh, that is right. Because yeah, let's just say our discussions went to a lot of places and then
they went somewhere, huh? So
yes. So But Corey, how about we get into Snacktendo?
Yeah.
I really don't got nothing to report on Snacktendo. Just um
Ed, I even made a Snacktendo banner.
I see it. Yes. Well, I mean, I had a Big Mac, and
That's not
everything.
a
And
snack. That's just lunch.
I mean, I made sure that I got my Shamrock Shake. Actually, I had a caramel sundae today from McDonald's. Was really good. My associate on Friday, she brought me fudge sundae. And I'm
Mm.
just like, ooh, I haven't had one of these in a long time. But I'm like, I wish they still had the strawberry ones, but they don't got them, the strawberry ones no more. Um, but yeah, like that's pretty much it. Like nothing new has come into my store for me to try. Well, actually, uh, I'm sorry, everybody. There is one. I finally tasted the Fritos twist, the quesadilla ones. Really, really good. Definitely something to eat with a hot dog.
Mm.
And I will say, depending on how you take your hot dog, if you don't have a lot of toppings on it, or if you just do mustard, or for some people ketchup, or just take it plain, um, the flavor of of those Fritos with the quesadilla will really go well with just that with that kind of hot dog. It was really really good. Truly and truly enjoyed it. I haven't tried it with the nacho cheese ballpark hot dogs just yet, but with that is my goal is to get that bag of chips and then get those hot dogs and try it together and see how that combination works. Uh, but yeah, definitely a good chip to go with a hot dog.
Nice.
Once again, the honey chipotle I had. Also, Corey, I tried. I'm sorry, everybody. I should have mentioned this.
Wow.
Uh,
For someone who
I,
didn't snack on anything, sure.
it just came to my mind because I had the Domino's Parmesan stuff pizza,
Mm,
stuffed crust pizza. Really, really good. Really, really good.
nice.
Um, I had it. I didn't just do so I did it with Italian sausage and black olives. That's a personal thing for me that I like because I was just trying it and stuff. I didn't do it with just with pepperoni or anything or made it really special. Um, but I tried it. I'm like really good crust with the Parmesan, like having that Parmesan cheese in it with the stuffed crust. Really, really good. Big recommendation if you have additional $4 if you feel like going that route.
Mm,
But yeah,
nice.
and it was nice and buttery too with the crust. I'm like, oh yes.
Mm, nice. Well, sounds like you had terrible snacks.
Pretty yeah, honey buns and ding dongs and stuff like that.
That's funny.
Which they got rid of our watermelon Arizonas at work, so I snagged the last of them. They were so delicious, and just
Dude,
like well,
speaking of things people are out of, I'm telling you, dude, these monk fruit Red Bulls are gone. I don't think they make them anymore.
we still have them. We
I
still
mean,
got them.
like they make them. It's just like they're just gone. They're like always
What?
either sold out or like they weren't. I don't know, man. It's like a
Why haven't you gone to Walgreens or anything?
man, because like I don't know, because I passed two Walgreens on the way to work, so I don't know, but because I like going to where I go, and if it's not there, then I don't want to have to go somewhere else, you know. Because I'm a creature of habit, Ed. What can I say?
I already know when we get to Boston. If that Red Bull girl is out there, we're gonna be like, "Girl, do you got the monk fruit Red Bull? I got some right here. Can I get
Dude, if
four
she
of
has
them?"
if she has a backpack full of them, I would do things for that. We'll leave it at that. This is a PG show.
You would dance. We'll leave it at that, Corey.
We will leave it at that.
But and plus, it depends on like if we're close to a gas station. Hopefully, we could go there and get some.
Yeah, I wanted to buy like a 24 pack off of Amazon, but then I was like, first of all, I was like, man, $60 for a case of 24, and then I did the math in my head. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess that checks out. It's actually cheaper to buy the $60 case than it is to go buy them the way that I do. So, because I'm dumb.
Well, let's see if I wonder if that hotel is still. Well, we'll see. Yeah, there's got to be like a gas station around where we stay, or some kind of store that we could just like get some.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure.
Or some convenience store in the hotel. Be like, oh, Corey, there go your monk.
Yeah,
Red Bull.
yeah. I don't know.
He'll be like,
I'll figure.
We'll
it out.
figure it out.
I always do. That's my motto for life. I will figure it out.
Yeah, I know. I seen some the grapefruit Red Bull. I'm not gonna try. I don't like grapefruit.
Oh man, I that's been my go-to substitute recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I like grapefruit stuff.
So I could drink Squirt. I could drink that, but I don't like the fruit of grapefruit. Like, just like I'm a person that if I have grapefruit, I gotta throw the sugar on it.
Yeah, I mean that's fair, I guess.
But there is another flavor. Like I think there was 3 flavors for it. I know the monk, I know the wild berry. I enjoyed the grapefruit, and there was one more that I gotta try. But like the grapefruit, I'm skipping at the Red Bull. Yeah, you can keep that over there.
They can keep it over there, he says.
Yes. And I gotta get my Cadbury X too. I need to do that Monday.
Wow.
Shout out to Celeste. Because Pat put a picture of getting some Cadbury eggs. And she just, Celeste said, you remember the commercial where they was doing the auditions for the Cadbury? I was just like, Celeste, that is a throwback. And then she posted the commercial. I was just like, yes, I love this commercial. I forgot all about it. I was just like, that was a throwback.
Yeah. I miss Celeste. She texted me the other day because there's some bad weather in the Midwest, apparently, that I just totally didn't even notice because I'm a terrible person, I guess. And like, I was really busy at work and kind of like gave her a couple like 2 or 3 word answers, and I kind of felt bad because I felt like I blew her off because I was busy, but I didn't mean to. So Celeste, if you're listening, sorry, I'll message you at some point. But yeah, man, I miss Celeste. We need to have her on. Oh, probably not this show because it's way too long. And but like maybe an expansion pass, we'll have her on soon.
Yes,
and just hang out for 45 minutes or an hour or whatever.
Yeah, I can't wait for Read Only Magazine, the next issue to drop, so I can pick it up. Give my support.
Yeah.
So
support independent creators.
Well, Corey, anything else that you've been stacking on anything?
Yeah. So last night I got home from work and my wife had bought like my kids like soft pretzels, like the big soft pretzels. Yes. And so my wife bought this like big one that, everybody could share. And my kids were all about it until it came out of the oven, and then they just didn't want anything to do with it. Because that's normal. So that happened, and so there was a lot of it left, and I ended up eating it. Dude, my wife bought some queso, and I put it in the I put the queso in the microwave. I heated up the pretzel a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I ate like a pretzel that was literally like this big.
Oh wow.
And like probably this big around.
Uh-huh.
And with some queso and a salad for dinner last night. It was so good. It was so like salty and cheesy, and I didn't feel very good afterwards, but I didn't care.
It's the weekend, so you know.
Yeah, it was good though. It was fun. It was delicious.
I love a good soft pretzel. Oh, definitely. When I was working at the mall, Toys R Us had a pop-up store, and we was by a pretzel place. I think Welt's Pretzels or something like that.
Wetzel's Pretzels?
Yeah, that.
Weltz's Pretzels.
So so I would get the pestle bright bites that you could dip in the nacho cheese, or I would get the cinnamon flavor ones like cover in cinnamon, and I wouldn't do no dip for those cinnamon ones. I used to just because they were so buttery and soft and really good. I would just eat them like regular. And I do get them also the pretzel nuggets when I go to Chicago. When I'm coming back home, it's in the train station. I get the cinnamon ones too, and like a Coke or something, like a nice drink. And man, those must be so good. Like if I get the soft, medium, small pretzels, I have to have nacho cheese as the dip, and I will pay extra to make sure that I get another one in case if I run out of nacho cheese for it.
It's so good, man. So good.
Yeah.
But then I also had Chipotle for dinner, so that was good.
Nice. I still need to eat dinner.
What?
Yeah, I was sleeping a lot today.
Shocker. Guys, shocker. Ed was sleeping.
So like I said, I got McDonald's with the Big Mac, ate it, fell asleep after I ate my ice cream too. And and woke up, played a little bit of games that I'll be talking to in the next section, and just need to go eat dinner.
Fair. Dude, the honey Chipotle chicken at
dude, that's all I've been getting now since I've been ordering stuff from Chipotle.
It's really good, man.
It really is.
It's so good. Oh, it's so good.
And I'll be having extra rice too. I'll be like, yeah. So
man, it's so good. It's very good. Anyways, move along.
Well, Corey, let's talk about what we've been playing with power.
Yeah.
I do have Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm not gonna go fully into it. It runs at a smooth 30 frames per second. It really feels good. Really looks good in this definitive edition. Like a lot of the game looks cleaned up. But which the Wii U wasn't bad neither. The way that it looked, I think this one just looks a little bit more cleaner and brighter. I haven't played a lot of it, and so I'm waiting to get into more of it. The reason why I started Bakaru. This is from Goodfield, published by Spikesoft. This is the game where you are a raccoon who turns into a human, one of those mythical things. And
is this like a Pocky and Rocky situation?
Actually no. Because this is a third person action platformer, adventure platformer. And you beat these enemies up with your bakaroos, which are sticks that you beat the drums with. It's a big thing in Japan and stuff. It's from the creator of The Legend of the Mystical Ninja. They
Oh,
came
so it's like
together.
a Goemon
Yeah,
uh
going my
spiritual
kind of.
successor.
Yeah, and it's really good. It's in the Nintendo Direct. It was one that was in the Japanese Nintendo Direct. Before we got it like a year later because I think they was translating it for the language and stuff. It's been out digitally for the Switch, but like I said a couple weeks ago, I got it for my physical version for the Nintendo Switch. So I'm playing it there. Really, really fun game. The I will say that the frame rate kind of jumps around because sometimes it feels like it's 60, then it'll drop to 30, and then sometimes go back to 60. It's really weird with the frame rate portion of the game. But really enjoying it. It's funny, colorful, great art design. Now like I'm between those two games. 'Cause like I said last week, I finished Gears 3. I actually took a Valve off. I did play it. Like I mentioned earlier, and then I took it off and installed the man who erased his name, like a dragon. And started a little bit of that. It's like the traditional Yakuza game. So I played that. And yeah, pretty much that's really all. And Order of Ecclesia for Castlevania. I've been playing a little bit, but Bakaru and Xenoblade Chronicles X. I'm going to be playing more for my Nintendo Switch and everything.
Nice.
So I am super excited for that. And then yeah, try to and then I'll hop back into Final Fantasy 6 and work on that.
Nice. I have a whole list now that I'm done with Fire Emblem of games I want to play,
Mm-hmm.
including Xenoblade work. But yeah, I just didn't expect to spend so much time with Fire Emblem. You know, like
Mm-hmm.
just it took over my life. Like not, I mean, and not just you know engage, but like the mobile game and looking at things on eBay about other games that I used to have and are missing, and like what I mean, like just all like it just took over everything to the point where like I just like want to keep playing it, but I need to play Xenoblade for the show, and I should probably take a break from it so I don't burn myself out on it because I tend to
Mm-hmm.
do that.
But I think that's great for you when the game gets you energized and you see it to completion.
Yeah, and like I was talking about on Boss Rush podcast the other day. Uh, I so like we're getting older, right? That's not a
Mm-hmm.
not a not a not a huge secret, Ed. And like I've just kind of noticed that like obviously my reflexes aren't what they used to be like 15 years ago, right? But like also like I've just noticed that like my fingers don't really work how they used to. Like they just I don't know, like sometimes like the tips of my fingers are so either calloused over or just kind of numb from being, you know, working with them all the time that it's just like I don't know. And it's nice to get into like turn-based stuff again to where like it actually like feels like I can use my brain instead of having to use my reflexes,
Mm-hmm.
and it's kind of nice. Um, and I started noticing that about my hands, like probably honestly when I was reviewing the final shape is when I kind of noticed it because I was getting back into Destiny pretty heavily, and obviously Destiny's a shooter and requires all these things, right? And so, whoops, I forgot to change the banner. Look at me. Um, so it's just been, I don't know, I've just had this like weird issue with my hands. I thought it would go away at some point, but it never did. And like I'm a little bit worried. So like that, not like I'm dying worried, but like the next time I go to the doctor in like 4 months for like my twice a year checkup or whatever, I'm going to ask him about
Yes.
it. I wonder if it has something to do with the medication I'm on, because they changed the dosage on one and changed one entirely. So
Hmm.
I'm wondering if that has something to do with it, but I don't know. We'll see. Uh, but yeah, I mean, Fire Emblem's kind of it. I finished it. I finished the DLC. I'm totally done with Fire Emblem Engage. I wish there was a way to get this awesome image off of my Switch to post as a banner for social media, because it is one of the coolest images I've ever seen from the finishing of a game. So it's I could probably just share it. Let's see. Send to smartphone. Only this one. I did not know that was an option.
Is that where you take a picture and that's when you can start sharing stuff?
Yeah, I'm going to try it right now live on the show. Here we go.
Ooh.
Here's a QR code. No, I don't want to scan the words. I want to scan the QR code. Yes. Okay. Waiting for your smartphone to connect. This is intriguing live. If you have any comments at anybody, just leave them. Leave them now, because I am not paying attention. Please scan your QR code again. There it is. Okay. Now what do I do with it? Save to photos. Okay. And oh, okay. Great. Cool. Never mind. I got it off my Switch. Then I'll
Sweet.
hit end. Cool. Oh, I'm going to share this one too at some point. I'm going to send it to you because it's just a really cute way to end the game.
Uh-huh.
There you are. Yeah. And I don't know. I just think it's a really cute way to end the game. And did you get it?
Yeah. If anyone heard that tone, that's Corey's connection. So that's really cool. That's nice.
That's how the game ends. So there's also a really, really awesome Avengers type moment at the end. It was really cool. It was really awesome. It's like one of those things though, where like, if you try to describe it to somebody who hasn't played the game, everybody's like, okay, whatever, dumb. But like, if you're invested and you're like been through the story and been through like the downs and the ups and the downs and the ups and the relationships and stuff, and like this moment happens and you're like, ah, so it's exciting.
Nice.
I've also still been playing the mobile game, but it's more of a once a day check-in type thing. So, but to my surprise, in the middle of last week, they added new challenge maps, and the challenge maps have orbs attached to them. Each challenge map has what? Let's see, 2, 3, 4. So 9 orbs attached to it. And they added 5 of them. So I got to do I'm going to, get all these orbs and do my mass unlocking. So this was the first time I've been tempted to purchase orbs though. Only because one of the like reoccurring events, like aside from, I have like 3 characters that I think are like my top tier characters. And one of them, I have a Robin that's really great in the mobile game, from Fire Emblem Fates. And the only issue is like I can't level her up to the bonus levels for the character because there's no way to unlock her anymore. So like I'm soft capped at 40, and then like you can do 40 plus up to 10, I think you can do. So like, equivalent of like 50, but it says like 40 plus 1, 40 plus 2, right? So but the event they brought back around, like the not the event itself, but like the characters from that event and one of the things, she's in it. And so, and she's only available for a week. And I was like, man, I should buy orbs, but also like, how much longer am I going to be playing the mobile game? you know? Uh, so I still haven't, but I was tempted this time.
Yes.
So Robin's probably like one of my favorite Fire Emblem characters. So I just, but I can't do anything with her if I'm not playing the game, so it doesn't really matter.
Hi Nelly. Shout out to Nelly.
Nelly in the chat.
Our Crossroads alumni.
Where's she chatting from?
She's chatting from YouTube.
YouTube. Yes.
Yes.
The old YouTube. Man, we're up at almost 50 viewers again.
Yay.
So,
well, is that all you've been playing with Papa Quarry?
Yes.
All right.
I think. Yes.
Yeah. Only pickup I had was Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah. I have one other than Xenoblade, although I guess technically I haven't gotten Xenoblade yet. Though Best Buy charged me, so I'm going to count that I picked it up and just assume they're going to send it to me. What?
Nelly's going to be at PAX East. Yes.
Yay.
We will see you there. Of course, we're going to hang out, and we got to get snacks and everything.
Yeah. I did get Octopath Traveler 1.
Yes.
It is the Nintendo published version, not the Square Enix published version. So, Octopath Traveler and Captain Toad are games that like I bought physically.
Mm-hmm.
But they came out on the day that my daughter was born. So I made my parents go pick it up at GameStop for me. But then I went through that kind of paranoid phase where like I thought my kids were going to eat the Switch cartridges and they were going to be the only children in the entire world that thought they tasted good and choke on them and die. So I got rid of most of my physical games and put the rest of them away. But now that they're older and hopefully smarter, TBD on that one. Obviously, like I've been trying to collect some physical stuff again, and so yeah, I'm trying to get the boring font saga, as people have been calling it lately. Like all the games that have the same font, like Bravely Default, and Octopath, and Triangle Strategy, and DFL Chronic, like they all have that same font.
Yeah.
So
DFL Chronicle. I need to start that and Harvest Moon. Harvest Moon. Yeah.
No, you don't.
Harvestella, was that the one for Square?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't.
I will say this, for Switch, I do have a lot of Square Enix games. And it's mostly like the smaller ones that they was doing. And pretty much a lot of the re-releases and releases that they have with some new games, I like probably half of my Switch library is Square Enix. Shout out to Square Enix, because they was getting that coin for about the 8 years. They was hitting the million mark. I'm like, we selling out this crazy? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of it, I think. So
okay.
Yeah.
Yes, Nelly. We also love Captain Toad. Love that game. Still got my Wii U copy.
Captain Toad.
It's funny, and the puzzles are very well crafted.
There's something. No, Captain Toad rocks. I'm kind of shocked we didn't get a sequel, although we did get that DLC pack which was cool. And they did add Odyssey levels and took out some of the stuff that required the gamepad, right? And replace them with the Odyssey levels. So
yes,
that was cool. Captain Toad.
Well, Corey, how about we get into Femi News?
Like this?
Yes.
Audio listeners will never know what just happened. All right, Ed, let's get into the headline stories of the week. There's not much. I'm gonna be honest with all of you. Not a lot of big things, but there are some interesting things to talk about, specifically surrounding Switch 2. So there's been mention of 60 frames per second in Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition code. And it suggests that the Switch 2 might give it a boost, which would kind of make it seem that it would have some sort of either smart delivery-esque system built in, or the NVIDIA AI frame generation thing might also be a thing, which might be worse than just a smart delivery type thing. But we'll get into it right now. So a modder by the name of Massagator discovered a hidden 60 frames per second mode in the code of Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, though enabling it currently causes issues like rendering every second frame and jittering objects during cutscenes. So this is from a modder who ran this game on a modded Switch to kind of go into the code and figure everything out, just to kind of give everybody a heads up on this story. The story's over on Nintendo Life. You can read the whole thing if you want. This finding has led to speculation that the game could receive performance enhancements on Nintendo's Switch 2 console, potentially offering smoother gameplay experiences. While Nintendo has not confirmed any such upgrades, obviously, since the big reveal is just a little over a week away, as Ed mentioned, the existence of partially implemented code or mode suggests that higher frame rates may be achievable with a more powerful hardware. Like I said, the story's from Nintendo Life, and obviously, like, higher frame rates, could be a thing. It also depends on how the game was developed and if it was developed around the 30 frames a second frame rate or not. I think the big example everybody uses, obviously, is Dark Souls on PC, because it was designed around the 30 frames a second that only 360 and PS3 could handle. And when they ported it to PC, they tried to, modders decided to add the 60 frames mode, but like they also found out that like weapon degradation and armor degradation specifically was designed with 30 frames in mind, so they would degrade twice as fast. Which is interesting. But what are your thoughts, Ed? Do you think Switch 2 is going to give a boost to games to run better?
I believe it will, yeah.
Considering it's 32 times more powerful on paper.
Yeah, I think definitely like the AI upscaling is all of that stuff. I
don't
think
even care about that.
I think it definitely will, perform better. I don't think it will ruin the experience of Xenoblade Chronicles X, because it's been doing great numbers from its release date, so that's good to know. I think it's cool that if it does jump up to 60 frames per second, because for some reason I feel like the Wii U version was at 60 frames also, but it
wasn't. It was 30.
It was 30. Yeah. I think most of it, if it does a lot of the 60 frames per second, I think it's just moving around the world and making the fights look a little bit smoother, and everything. It really won't affect the game itself. So if it does happen, that's cool. People want to enjoy this game, and it helps sales of this game when Switch 2 come out. Then yeah, I mean, cool. But I mean, that's all I have to say about it.
Yeah, I think you look at the way that Microsoft has done their backwards compatibility stuff, and they've really set the true gold standard for how backwards compatibility could be done and should be done. Even though like they don't really have the platform to like, you know, or like the nostalgia that Nintendo and um, PlayStation do at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you have to give it to Microsoft, and I wonder if Nintendo sees that. And like obviously, I've said that this current administration for Nintendo is going to be relatively conservative in terms of the hardware that they put out. But I think when it comes to innovation within the constraints of their conservatism,
Mm-hmm.
words. Um, I think backwards compatibility and something like their version of smart delivery, and obviously the NVIDIA AI stuff is just incredible to watch it like kind of go in motion, right? Like I don't even care if it's AI upscaled to 4K, but like if you can get it to upscale to 1440p and get your games to run it at like a smooth 60 frames a second on the TV and like
Yeah.
40 in handheld mode, right? Like it doesn't, smooth frame rates is what people want, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so like most people don't care about frame rate, right? The average person doesn't care about frame rate, but they do notice when games are jumpy, stuttery, etc., right?
Yes.
And so if you can just get those games to run smoother, yes, at a higher frame rate, that would help a lot, right? But like you just get them to run smoother, get them to look better on screen on your TV. Like I think Nintendo is going to find themselves in a very nice position for people who don't need to spend $2,000 on a PC. So also Nintendo first party games. You can't play them legally anywhere else.
Yes, true. And to see them, ooh, I cannot wait to see what those Nintendo teams do with with just the graphics, and if they do get them like that at 60 frames per second, like how all of that's gonna flow. So
Yeah.
super excited.
Yeah. It's gonna be cool. I'm excited for this thing, man. I can't wait. I seriously cannot wait. So
Yes.
all right, let's get into this next story, Ed. This one's about accessibility. Nintendo, as well as Microsoft and more, partner with the ESA for accessibility support. The ESA launched the Accessible Games Initiative to improve awareness and accessibility features in video games. Companies like Nintendo, Microsoft, EA, and Ubisoft will use 24 specific tags to highlight features like subtitles, narrative menus, and digital storefronts, and on the backs of physical game boxes. Also, was mentioned as well. The program is voluntary for companies to be a part of, with more companies joining to make gaming more inclusive. This seems like a very good move for the ESA, specifically an ESA that needs a win in a they're not very looked upon fondly from the public in recent years. So yeah, how do you feel, Ed? How are you feeling?
I love this, and I think it's good that Nintendo jumped on this because with more access to their games in more ways that people can play, it's a good thing for Nintendo. You know, to for, and I'm not going to speak in a business sense because people probably already know that, but I think people will be able to experience more more of Nintendo's games, knowing that these are the features that's in the game that will make it allow you to play our games.
Mhm.
So, and I'm like, and that's worldwide. So I definitely love the fact that they jumped onto this. Um, I think that's why, still to this very day, with Microsoft, um, with their controller, that accessibility controller, um, I really think they need to promote that more, and I think Nintendo needs to work with them, and like, man, even if it's Bluetooth or some way, I would love to see that be used for their system and everything, to have people allow more accessibility to play their games.
Yeah. I I think obviously it's super important, and we have friends who champion this stuff all the time in the industry, and obviously Microsoft has been a big proponent of it for a while, right?
Hmm.
With their accessibility controller, and uh, I think Nintendo has always been the company that has been kind of finger pointed at and been like, you don't make games accessible at all, like, not even to able gamers like us, right? Like
Right.
even like inverting controls in certain games, or obviously they've gotten better about that, but like, you know what I mean, like people have kind of put Nintendo out there to say that stuff. And so um the fact that Nintendo has joined this, maybe it's a, just to make sure they have joined a positive thing. Whether or not that changes how they put games out remains to be seen, but uh could be interesting. Could be really interesting to see them start putting accessibility controllers out the way that Microsoft does, or even allow the Microsoft accessibility controller to be out there, right? I think having the mouse on the Joy-Con is a big step in that direction, right?
Yes.
Um, Certainly, and we'll see. I'm interested to see what happens. Sam Hall is in the chat.
Hi,
Welcome to the
Sam.
chat, Sam. Sam asks a lot of questions. I think, Sam, you asked a question tonight. So
He did.
we will get to that later on in the show. But welcome. Glad you're here. We'll get on to the next story.
Yes.
All right, Ed. This is the story that nobody wants to hear the headline for, but I think it's going to be an interesting discussion and one that is going to be had. Nintendo patent has revealed their plans for AI on Switch 2. Nobody panic. It's not like they're going to let, uh, AI Miyamoto come scold you for, I don't know, falling in the hole in Super Mario Brothers, right? But, so recent updates to Nintendo patent filings indicate that the upcoming Switch 2 console will incorporate AI upscaling technology, which we've talked about before, similar to NVIDIA's deep learning super sampling, which for you people out there, call it DLSS. So this is like a custom version of it because they're not obviously running NVIDIA's normal kind of consumer friendly or enterprise style chips. They're obviously using their custom mobile version of this.
Yes.
This feature allows the system to render games at lower resolution, such as low as 540p, and upscale them to higher outputs like 1080p, and even some cases up to 4K, enhancing visual quality without significantly taxing the hardware resources. By integrating AI upscaling, the Switch 2 aims to deliver improved graphics performance while maintaining efficiency, which will be crucial for the hybrid console. Obviously, like, it's going to be a small console, so the tech inside has to be small, and so they want it to be efficient and stay cool, obviously, and
Yes.
which means there's going to have to be some sort of memory on board. I've been learning a lot about AI recently just through my work and the type of, like uh, storage that it needs to work. And they don't call it storage anymore, by the way, in the enterprise IT space. They call it infrastructure. Um, but,
That's interesting.
but, I do think that they need to, it's going to have some sort of a memory on board, whether it's a SSD or flash memory or something. They're going to have something on board, which has me excited on one hand. And the other hand, that means that the console is going to be more expensive. But at the end of the day, if it's going to keep the console cheaper and more efficient, then I'm all for it. I think DLSS is a really interesting technology, and it's only gotten better over the last 5 years. So obviously PlayStation's version has some work to do, but yeah. How do you feel about this, Ed?
I think it's cool, definitely for people who are going to play this on the go, who still want to have that high quality experience. If this could do like the 1080p, or like you said earlier, Corey, 1440p, a little fake it till you make it kind of thing, I'm all for it. This is to help the performance with the system, and I think this is going to be included in future consoles and hardware, even in PC, for years to come. I think when Steam Deck version 2 comes out, or ROG Ally and all of those other systems come, even though some of them are going to be cloud based, I still think that this technology is going to be included. I think for Nintendo, how they want to be able to give you a powerful system, but make it where it's affordable. I think this will handle that, situation. So I'm excited for this. I definitely can't wait to see how this works. I already know Digital Foundry is going to be on it. I keep bringing up Digital Foundry, everybody. I know, I understand, but
Well, this is the type of stuff that they're good at, though, right? Is
yeah,
like, I mean, obviously, like it's honestly, it's boring at this point when they do PlayStation and Xbox tech, because that tech is so known and so powerful that it, like, who cares, right?
right,
Oh, you're going to compare it to, like, this $500 console to this, $1,500 graphics card from NVIDIA, like the 4090 or whatever AMD is putting out. Like, big deal. Like, you can't see that on YouTube. So, like, who
right.
cares? I think comparing something on the Switch versus the Switch 2 is going to be interesting. I think comparing it to the other consoles is going to be interesting. Comparing it to, because like the power level is suggested to be between like a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox Series S, somewhere within that range. And even, a little bit more powerful even when it's docked. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see that specifically.
Yeah.
I love it. I can't, man, dude, the more we talk about this thing, I actually like stopped thinking about it for a while because I was so engaged with other things. But man, now that we're talking about it again, I'm like,
And it's definitely going to be something that we're going to want to see in action. You mentioned, PlayStation 5 Pro has it in their system, and the talks about it, definitely from Digital Foundry, be like sometimes it's been a hit or miss. I think once again, people may not understand this tech until they have it in their hand, until they actually see it, and get a visual understanding about it. And so this will help people learn more about this technology. I'm super excited, and that's why I want to see what it does when we get our hands on it. That's why I'm so hoping that this at PAX East, because I really want to be at the Nintendo booth, covering it with the whole team, getting our hands on it, playing, whether it's a tech demo or something like that or whatever, and seeing the AI upscaling. of this tech.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sam Hall, fan of ours on YouTube, writes in the comments, AI is not a bad word. I think everyone uses it, and it's just the cool thing to hate on it. I actually agree with you, Sam, because I mean, I think I was talking to my boss the other day, and like, or not, I guess it was a couple months ago at this point, but like, I kind of look at AI the way that art changed in the 90s when CG stuff started taking over and CGI, computer animated movies and stuff, where like, all the traditional artists that didn't learn the technology were kind of sadly forced out of the industry. But like, that's because the tools changed. It's not because, the it's not that animation went away, right? It's that tools changed. And, photography is the same way, right? You don't have to sit in a red dark room for hours on end and wait for your film to dry to get the images, right? Like,
Right.
you can just print them out now, or edit them in Photoshop instead of like clipping and cutting and actually taping and gluing film together to make a reel. And like, I think AI, if used correctly, will obviously make things more efficient. And like, what I was saying was like, I think AI could actually help put games out faster and not necessarily lose employees, right? Like, like you could probably cut down your development time by like 30% maybe, and get 3 games out in the time it takes to get 2 out now. And like, that's a pretty big bump in income and not losing employees at the same time, right? Because you're being more efficient. Um, you know, I know people like to hate on EA, but like, gosh, CEO of EA, we talk about him all the time.
The one that's going to about Disney. That's time you're talking about it.
Gosh, I forget his name. I could look it up, but it doesn't matter. But he was talking about, it used to take them 2 years to develop a stadium in Madden, right? Because they had to go take pictures of the stadium. They'd have to, build the stadium.
Andrew Wilson.
Thank you. I knew.
We were just talking about him last week.
Yeah,
I understand.
He said it would take them it used to take them like 2 years to build a stadium, like when a new stadium would need built, or they had to update a stadium or whatever. And then they got to the point where they were using technology to where it took 6 months. And with AI, it could possibly only take them like 2 to 3 weeks to build a stadium, right? That's a big chunk of time that you could be focusing on, I don't know, the broken gameplay mechanics that have been around for a decade, right? Or, and like, yeah, it's sad that like the art team or the, the team that like builds these things, that, they would have to change their skill set, but they would change it to, I don't know, designing new jerseys, or if they're a programmer, then maybe they could like make the response time more efficient, or make the RNG better for the math under the hood of like breaking tackles, or interception ratios or whatever, right? Like, there are definitely things that can be shifted. And so, I know people got on him for that, but it's like, well, that's a good thing. Like, it's going to make Madden better in the long run. If obviously it's EA and they're going to try to like figure out how to make money and not spend it, right? But like,
right,
theoretically, that is a good thing, and you can focus on fixing the annual product, right? Like, I don't know, man. I
But I think there's a with Sam Hall said how people want to hate on it. There's a I like to say pro con to some stuff. I won't say it's a natural hate for it. It's kind of a fear of AI, because it's removing, for some people, it feels like it's removing them from having that position or job making stuff or creating stuff. You know, this is what's happening in the movie industry and even with the video game industry is that AI could be used to help you make games and stuff or like the upscaling and tech stuff, but then the people fear that okay, it's taking our voices that we use from one game and it's inserted now. The sound of our voice could be used for a game that we didn't even sign up for, and they could be like, "Well, this is Robert Helmsworth" or something like that, or make up some kind of name and be like, "No, we use AI and it created this character and stuff." I'm like, no, but it's using my voice, and that may cause a lot of lawsuits and everything. There's a
right,
fear. There's a fear of that AI could be used for good, but it's stealing data from previous stuff
right.
to be in to be incorporated to be used for the now. So that's why a lot of artists, a lot of celebrities in the movie industry, a lot of voice actors are against this because it is stealing the work that they previously performed or are performing. So then if that happens, studios will be like, well, we use AI, so we don't have to pay you. That's a whole another kind of contract and not other crazy stuff. We look at the Scarlett Johansson stuff, kind of, I think with GPT, I think, about that thing using her voice, or her voice likeness. So there's just like that natural fear that the people who originally did stuff and create stuff are being removed because their previous work is being used on a consistent basis, and there's no pay for it, there's no recognition. So that's what people are afraid of when it comes to the word AI.
Hmm. Yeah. I mean, I have access to AI at work and use it periodically,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to be honest with you, as a team of one currently, uh, it has helped make my job way more efficient and easier than it was even a year ago. So, and obviously, like, I'm one person and like I need to do what I need to do and use the tools I have at my disposal, right? But like ChatGPT has like made my job way more efficient, and um, I mean, I'm not like sitting there using it to do my job, but like if I need like to find a summary of an article real quick and I can't, like, I'm over here editing a video and, you know, we have a podcast coming up and this subject matter is the, the topic of the show, right? Like I need to have my attention over here editing. So like I will say, summarize this article for me in like 2 or 3 sentences, and then I'll read it after my podcast, like my video is edited, and kind of move on, right? Like it's just been really nice to have. Uh-huh. So.
Yeah, I think AI and technology is always advancing. So we'll see what actually happens. I think for right now, with AI being used to do upscaling for graphics is a great thing. And if that doesn't affect the workers making the game, then I think everything would be good. We'll just have to see what happens to a full on made AI video game. The the person of X, and I'm gonna leave it at that, is trying to do that or hinting at doing that. We haven't seen anything.
Hmm.
Um, so we kind of everybody want to see how that pulls off, because if there is a game that actually is made fully of AI, there's gonna come a point in time that some people be like, well, it thought it made a video game, but the controls could be bad, the voice acting is wacky, there's still some stuff that is missing, um, it's not optimized correct. Like, there could be a lot of reasons that a fully made AI game might not be the best idea, and a game needs a human's touch to it.
Yeah, I agree. Sam Hall writes in and says gaming needs to be more efficient. Outside of shareholding companies, independents can show they can use it correctly and correct the industry as a whole. And Deshaun is in the chat. AI is going to ruin big companies like EA. It will be a good tool for smaller devs. I I will say I agree partially with both of those statements. I do think I think Ed, I think this would be a great discussion to have with LaRon specifically.
Mm-hmm.
Like if we had him on an expansion pass just to talk with him, because he's the tech guy, and you know, um, I feel like he's smarter in that area than at least me.
And I will say this. I think as gamers, as just humans at this point, I think we need to be educated by AI technology. And I know it's going to be heavy with some of the word usage for some things, but I think we won't fully understand it until we like learn about it. Get the basics of AI using in today's technology. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I think, and I think that's yes. I would love to sit down with LaRon and do an expression pass, and it's more of a learning, uh, more a good conversation, but more for a learning thing, because I'm like you said, Corey, you know. LeBron is so good with tech and learning it and explaining it, and he's very detailed. Um, and I think that would be helpful to a lot of audience, as viewers and listeners, to learn more about AI and how it could be beneficial in video games and in PC gaming, and how it could be, how it could have some cons to it. The worry part, the fear part of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um, AI can be used as a tool. Obviously, everything starts out with good intentions, and it just depends on how you wield that weapon, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
um, obviously, AI is not going anywhere, but we'll just have to see how it plays out in the future.
Yes.
Also, I want to note that, like, I know AI is like the big buzzword now, but companies have been using AI forever, right? Like, Morrowind was famous for using SpeedTree, right? Which is an AI tree generator, you know? So,
Yes.
like, and that was what, 2003?
Mm-hmm.
So, AI has been around forever. It's just, it's getting deeper and weirder. And uh, yeah. All right. Let's move on from the AI stuff, Ed.
Yes.
That's all the headlines for the week, but we are going to talk a little bit about a couple other things, small things, but cool things. So obviously, Nintendo and the Seattle Mariners have had a long-standing relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Nintendo did purchase stake in the baseball team in the early 90s. I want to say like 91 or 92.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if they sold those shares or not. I know there was rumor at some point that they were selling off their shares of the team, but regardless of that, obviously Lasby would know better. I guess I could have followed up with him on the story, but uh, regardless of that, their relationship is still strong, and the Seattle Mariners are going to be getting Nintendo patches on their jerseys this year.
And I need one badly.
Yeah, this has always been like a really big thing in soccer, right? Where like the team is sponsored by a company, right?
Yes.
It's just been a thing for them. And then the NBA started doing it about, gosh, well, I guess almost a decade ago now. I was going to say 3 or 4 years ago, but when the Cavs won the championship in 2016, they were sponsored by Goodyear. So that was 9 years ago. I can't believe it's been that long. So, now it seems like baseball is getting into it as well. Which is smart. I mean, it subsidizes these massive salaries these players have. And,
Right.
baseball is not as big as it once was, and they still play 160 whatever games. But yeah, I mean, I like this. I think it's cool. I've always had a thing for the Mariners. Ken Griffey Jr. was my favorite player back in the 90s, aside from like the Cleveland Indians. So, but I think everybody just loved Ken Griffey Jr. Gamers loved him because of Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. Sports people loved him because he was cool, right? Like he did the home run derby famously with the backwards hat, right? I still have my starting lineup figure of him with the backwards hat on. So yeah, Ken Griffey was cool. I think this is a cool team up.
And yeah, of course, me and last we talked about super sluggers too, and everything. But it's good to see that Nintendo is back with the Mariners. And definitely just seeing that logo on their jersey, being like a sponsor and everything. That I think that's going to be so cool. I think people definitely going to be wanting a jersey like me. And this could also lead into more in the future, and maybe it may not lead into anything, but I'm like, you think about your me getting a Seattle Mariners jersey for a Switch 2 or even your Switch.
Or even a theme, right? Like,
yeah.
There could totally be like a theme.
Think of Nintendo Music releasing the Ken Griffey baseball music, the soundtrack for it, and because that was all Nintendo, I believe. So I think that definitely would be good. Ken Griffey was legit awesome on SNES, and I wouldn't be surprised if that showed. Shout out to Stephen Myers for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we see the Ken Griffey Jr. games on NSO.
I was thinking about that. Like when I saw this, I was like, I wonder if they'll ever put Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on NSO, or like, what if they made a modern version of it? I mean, they don't need to go through the MLBPA, right? Because it's all like weird random players, but also like,
right. And the MLB is not like exclusive to Sony for MLB the show.
Yeah,
they don't have no exclusive deal or anything.
Yeah, it's just, dude, investing, if you're not already in a sports realm, like investing in a sports game is probably it's company suicide at this point, right? Like, I mean, Madden, nobody's touching Madden, nobody's touching NBA 2K, nobody's touching MLB the show,
right?
Unless you have some kind of weird arcadey spin on it, right? So
I wonder if Nintendo did have to go to the MLB to talk about this, to get this to happen. I wonder will MLB be like, okay, yes, you could do it, but you cannot keep it exclusive to your system. It must go to Xbox, PC, and Sony. And I know Nintendo be like, well, no, we got this deal. We don't really. But if it was, if Nintendo made the sorry about that, if Nintendo made the sacrifice and agreed to that, this would be the first and maybe only game from Nintendo that would be across multiple systems. And
Yeah.
so Microsoft would have pretty much Microsoft PC, well, definitely PC, will finally have a legit Nintendo game on their system. Microsoft will have a legit Nintendo game, and Sony will have a legit Nintendo game. Um, I would be surprised on how that goes, and I wonder if Nintendo be like, okay, we'll uh, uh, if we make it in our if we make it in, you know, for our system, um, did they buy another company that does porting? What was the company that does
They bought
porting?
that. They bought that team in Florida not too long ago.
I
Um,
wonder, yeah, because I wonder if Nintendo would make their game for their system and then get that porting company, and I cannot think of it.
um,
To,
okay. They acquired Shiver Entertainment, which is based out of Miami.
yes,
They ported Hogwarts Legacy. They also ported Mortal Kombat 1, which, you know,
choices.
I feel like here's the thing. The Hogwarts Legacy port was great, honestly. Like it's a great port of that game if you have no
Mm-hmm.
other way to play it. Like it's a great version of that game, surprisingly. I feel like Mortal Kombat, they pushed so hard to get it out day and date with the other two
They didn't
that
have
like
time to
right. But if Nintendo has control over the games that they're working on, Nintendo will make sure they are right before they come out. Right?
Yes,
We saw that with Mercury Steam, right? Their Castlevania games were not great, but they let them they said, "Hey, we think you do good work. Let's make it great. Let's test it out on the 3DS, Samus Returns
sir.
remake. Cool. Metroid Dread, arguably the best 2D Metroid game,
Mm-hmm.
right? I mean, I know people will argue back at that, but like honestly, you could have a discussion saying that that could be, you know,
What the only discussion would be like Super Metroid versus Metroid Dread, like,
yeah.
you know, of course, Fusion and Zero Mission. That's a way another conversation because both games are good, but a lot of people will argue that Zero Mission is better. It's the Mega Man 2 versus Mega Man 3 discussion, everybody. That's what
Yeah.
it is. But yeah, Corey, I 100% agree with you
Mhm.
with that, and they would definitely make sure not only is I won't say they won't cut corners or anything with Sony and Microsoft and PC. I think they'd be like, we have a reputation of a company to make sure our titles are at the highest quality. So if we get a development kit for Xbox and PlayStation, and we know the stuff for PC, we're gonna make sure that if we bring it out for our system, it's gotta be the same on everybody else's system. You
Mhm.
know, because our name is attached to it. Our CEO money is attached to this. And so and we gotta please the MLB. Now people will be like, oh, Sony, they gotta run for their money with MLB and King Griffey. I'm like, no, you get two different kinds of uh, enjoyment with baseball. You get you get another choice. It just don't have to be MLB the show
Mhm.
and everything. And Nintendo, they don't really do annual stuff, so you might get Ken Griffey Jr. Maybe not as a yearly thing.
Mhm.
And that would be good. Ken Griffey will probably come out for 1 year, 2 years. It's taking time so it could develop for all systems. And so within those 2 years, MLB could take its place and fill that spot.
Mhm.
And don't forget, all these companies will make some good money off of it. And
Yeah.
plus, like Microsoft, Sony, and PC having Nintendo music coming through their systems and headphones,
Yeah.
especially like with their sound setup that you could do. Oh heck yeah!
Yeah. Yeah, I think Nintendo made a very smart purchase. And I think I think this even more so proves that they're planning ahead instead of planning for the now, right? Like I feel like that's, I mean, you look at what Sony did with Nixus, right? And look at their ports versus their PC ports as opposed to like the studios that do them by themselves, right? And they're, the quality is much different. Aside from the Spider-Man port, I guess was pretty bad, but yeah, I mean, I think Nintendo getting a port house is so smart. It's so smart. Because they know their console's not as powerful as the other ones, and like the next generation will be out before, so those will be more powerful theoretically than the current gen, right? So,
yeah, I would say this. Sorry, going back to this point, Microsoft would definitely benefit from Ken Griffey Jr. Because of the relationship that Microsoft and Nintendo has. Oh heck yeah, they would. You true, dude. You don't think that the Xbox community would not snatch up Ken Griffey Jr. with the Nintendo logo on it? Oh, come on now.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Xbox community, from what I've seen recently, is pretty negative about everything about Xbox right now. Unfortunately,
I mean, that's on them.
I mean, I know I don't care, right? But like, it really seems like, I don't know. I mean, I understand, where they're coming from of like, we invested in the platform that you built and now you're just kind of leaving us out to dry type thing. But obviously that's a discussion for a different day. And also for the Xbox show and not for this one. So
yes, everybody go check out Xbox Casual.
Yeah, we're recording this Thursday, so that'll be interesting. I think we might actually predict if they'll announce anything at the Switch 2 Direct. Although I think that might just be saved for the summer showcase, to be honest.
Oh, I think Doom the Medieval game probably would be for Switch 2.
Oh yeah,
I
think most of Microsoft stuff's going to be on Switch 2. Especially with the technology that they're talking about, it's going to be in their handheld. Their games are totally going to run on Switch 2. Like,
yeah,
I mean, whether they put them there or not is a different story. But like that handheld they're talking about, especially the one that they're partnering for. Yeah, man.
They be like, here's a HD remake of Lost Odyssey. I'll be like, you might just hear. If
Lost Odyssey comes to Switch, like,
dude, you might just see like some like text from me that I might not think that I could have put online.
Yeah, I really want to know what would have happened if they actually got to make a sequel.
Miss Walker.
Yeah, because that game totally set up a sequel, right? And I don't know. I feel like they totally missed out on getting to make a sequel. But I mean, obviously that's 20 years ago and it doesn't matter now. But yeah, I like how this was not supposed to be a huge story, and we've probably spent the most time on it.
Hey, I'm just the possibilities. That's all I'm saying. It's Nitti and Seattle Mariners. Possibilities. That's all I'm saying, everybody. Corey, most of our talks become expansion pass topics, and then we'd be like, "What we talking about?"
But I mean, this is just the show, and this is just the show in general, right? I mean,
yeah.
If Boss Rush didn't exist and this was the only show we were doing, we would probably do this show 2 or 3 times a week and not bat an eye, right? Like, doesn't sound like a bad idea right now, honestly. All right. Let's this last story, Ed. You can buy a Xenoblade Skell model kit and build one yourself. Koto Bukia is releasing a 1/48 scale Formula Scale from Xenoblade Chronicles X, standing at approximately 7 inches tall, priced at approximately $60. The kit will be available for pre-order at international retailers like Ami and Hobby Search, probably Play Asia as well, with shipments expected in October. It is only available in Japan at the moment, so you will have to
import it.
Yeah.
I should be like, Nick, I'm gonna need you in your gunplay community to get on it.
It's so that's cool. I think it's cool when they release stuff like this. All right, Ed. That's I'm gonna sneeze. Hold on.
Yes, everybody. So our next section is Pack Watch.
Hold on, Ed. I need you to do that again.
Everybody, our next section is Pack Watch.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, man. There's not a lot coming out this week. I mean, Xenoblade's out. I think people are just waiting for the Switch 2 reveal. There's not much coming out.
Before you go, Corey, shout out to Adam McGill. Good to see you, Adam, our co-host of our PlayStation podcast.
Our old PlayStation podcast a while ago, yeah.
Yes. And shout out to Laurent. Dawkins. He is here.
Where?
Yes. He's in the chat. Our host for the Boss Rush podcast. And other things. So you guys check him out. I don't know if Lauren, I don't know if you're back to streaming yet.
I hear it might be starting a show of a monster hunting variety.
Ooh.
So stay tuned, everybody. Not to me, to him. As he would say, at Exodus 803 on the socials.
Yes, shout out to him.
DM him and start talking. I don't know.
Yeah, Laurent, we would definitely love to have your next special pass. We was talking about AI technology, and I feel like you would be a good educator, giving us the pros and cons about AI. We mentioned the story that Nintendo will be using AI tech for Switch 2, and we would love to hear from you and learn and have a really good natural discussion. So shout out to you.
Also, Adam mentioned Skies of Arcadia HD remake on Switch 2, and
Sega don't want them coins from us because we would give it to them quickly.
Oh man, I would totally, man. Skies of Arcadia, dude. There are a ton of like RPGs from that generation in general, not just GameCube ones, but like
the Dreamcast ones. Oh
no, not just Dreamcast either, but like, obviously Skies of Arcadia is one, but also like the one I think about a lot too is Rogue Galaxy for PS2. I think about Rogue Galaxy a lot.
Can I marry you? Can I marry you right now? Because
I'm already married.
Game is forever iconic and legend. I love Rogue Galaxy.
I know Rogue Galaxy is really good.
Factor level 5 or
level 5 did it, yeah. I think it was their game. I think it was this game they did after Dark Cloud 2.
Yeah, it was.
So
yeah, because they had that anime looking kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, dude, the box art. The box art looks awesome, man. It just it had Rogue Galaxy in that like really artistic font, and it had like the pirates like this standing there in like a cool pose, like all together, kind of like I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like when you see Sly Cooper standing with his buddies. But as humans.
and I know it didn't do well in sales, but everybody who pretty much played it was just like, "Oh, this is a must-have," and we don't talk about that game that much. I think I still got my PlayStation 2 copy. Yeah, bro,
Mm-hmm.
Galaxy is everything icon.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh, and
yeah,
level
man.
5 is doing stuff for Nintendo. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Nitty could give them that money and
They're
get it.
they're doing the Professor Layton right now, though, right?
Yes.
That's what they're doing. So I mean,
Yes.
obviously they have other projects, right? But they have that Fantasy Life game coming out too, right? The girl who something, right? That's their game. So
I believe so, yeah.
yeah. But anyways, the games that are coming out this week are not any of those awesome games.
Our side tangents are tangents.
Breakout Beyond is coming on 3/25. This neon drenched take on the classic. You'll need to literally break through each puzzle by clearing bricks to breach the final goal. Longer play will rack up a combo and increase the intensity of the effects created, creating a spectacular light show as a reward for those most skilled players. You know what, Ed? You know what game also breaks blocks and has a cool light show? Tetris Effect Connected. Go play that.
Love that game.
I don't know why I got so violent in Breakout. I like Breakout.
We're just hype.
On 3/26, Twilight Monk. Not Twilight Princess 2 or Twilight Princess HD. Neither of those things. Because why? Why would you? Set in the hand-drawn world, this 2.5D action RPG blends Metroidvania exploration, RPG elements, and sprawling overworld map with dungeon hubs, narrative depth, and level up mechanics. Level up mechanics. God. Oh, man. It offers freedom and classic adventure in a richly crafted fantasy setting. This RPG has level up mechanics, Ed. Can you believe it?
No.
God. What is happening? Why can't people just write? I'm not a good writer by any stretch of the imagination, man, but jeez. Have someone give it a once over. Bubble Ghost Remake is coming out on 3/27. The old castle of a renowned inventor, Heinrich von Schinkter, in northern England. Heinrich's spirit returns as a small ghost, alongside a mysterious bubble that can move with gentle blows. He must face his own out of control inventions and fierce wild animals.
You can download a demo for it.
So those are your awesome games being released.
Can I?
No,
no
eShop slop.
No. Actually, there's two good games. Gal Guardians, Servants of the Night. That is, they had an original game out, Gal Guardians, which got like a lot of 8s and 9s.
I thought
good
that
game.
was DLC. It's a new game.
Yeah, it's a new game.
I didn't write that down because I thought it was DLC. So that's on me.
It's a new one, and then Picross has a new one with Doraemon and F Characters Edition. So people who are into Picross, and you could download a demo for it. What I'm trying to figure out is why is there a Care Bear game on Switch?
Why not? All right, so Gal Guardian, Servants of the Dark, that's the one that's coming out?
Yeah.
Take control of Demon Sisters Karika and Masha as they attempt to revive their demon lord Maxim and rebuild their castle in this 2D action Metroidvania adventure. I really wanted to play that first one, and I never did.
I have it. I just gotta work on it some more.
Yeah.
And everything. But yeah, those two I just took a look and be like, I'll take a look. I'm still just tripping about this Care Bear game because it looks Huh. It looks like something I will buy just to do a review for.
Yeah.
But that's me.
Shout out to Roger from Gamerheads, by the way. Not in the chat. He just messaged me. So I'm replying to him. But yes, I'm trying to get him on the show.
Yes. He's coming to
so
PAX, right?
yeah. I would assume so. I know Trina is going to PAX,
Okay.
so
Cool.
I would assume Roger's going too.
Yeah. Also, yeah. Nelly says, "Give me Splatoon and I'll be happy." Oh, we'll get a Splatoon 4 for Switch 2.
Nelly,
Like,
there's already 3 of them.
she wants another one, and
I
and
know.
we will make sure.
I'm just giving her a hard time.
Oh, I cannot. Ooh, to see what Nintendo could do with the graphics for Splatoon, and new guns.
But what are you gonna do though? I mean,
this is Nintendo. You know they.
I mean, yeah, I get it. Like, but like that art style is so clean already. Like, how are you going to enhance it aside from giving it, I don't know. I mean, I guess there's new types of ink and new types of like materials you could throw around that way, but like, I don't know, man. Man,
dude, Nintendo could have been not Nintendo. Splatoon, man,
course destruction. Nelly says, "Run around with cause destruction."
Yeah.
Wouldn't that just be Red Faction at this point?
You know what?
Ink.
That is right.
Ink Faction.
I would be so down with it with Nintendo. And well, shoot, we got Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, so they know physics.
Yeah. And Monolith worked on both, so
wouldn't be surprised.
All right, so DLC expansions and recent game updates. These are some of the latest updates on the games you might be playing right now. Fitness Boxing 3. Anybody out there playing Fitness Boxing 3? Has released a free version 1.1.0 update introducing a new instructor named Hero alongside features like workout history and the option to select classic target designs. The update also includes various adjustments and bug fixes to enhance the user experience. And then Mortal Kombat 1's latest update has hit the Nintendo Switch. I think it was late getting there. I think we mentioned it last week, coming to other platforms. It has finally come to Switch. The latest update introduces the T-1000 as a playable character from Terminator 2, right? 2? That's the movie he's from? I don't know. I've never seen any of the Terminator movies. So, accompanied by Madame Bo as a cameo fighter. The patch also brings new skins for several characters and implements various gameplay adjustments and bug fixes. So, here are some Nintendo Switch Online updates. There are 4 Super Nintendo games coming. Edward?
I'm definitely skipping all of these.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't even know what Uncharted Waters is. So
I will say this before you go on, Corey. This is a lot of Kobe dedication. So shout out to Kobe for this, for these games.
Yeah, it's so the games coming are Nobunaga's Ambition, Lord of Darkness, Romance of the Three Kingdoms 4, Wall of Fire, and Uncharted Waters New Horizons. I don't even know what Uncharted Waters is. I'm not at all interested in Nobunaga's Ambition or Romance of the Three Kingdoms.
So these games are strategy games.
Right.
I know I think Uncharted Waters is something that was only in Japan because I've never heard neither. So this might be a Japanese game that just never came to America. I know about Nobunaga's Ambition and Three Kingdoms 4 I know about, but I never played them. That they weren't my games. That kind of RPG style of games was in my bag in the 90s. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's see here. there was something else I was going to say, but now I kind of forget, so I'm just going to ignore it for now and move on. Also, I got distracted by a thing. Nintendo Music Editions this week, Ed. Dr. Mario has been added, and Tetris and for Game Boy and NES have also been updated, so you can go check that out as well. Yep, that's your
Yes.
that's your NSO updates for the week, everybody. Go jam out to some Game Boy Tetris Type B. Not Type A, Type B. Just kidding.
Man,
Listen
how
to
many
what I mean.
games? How many games had like alternate versions of of a song, and it was never in the game? It was always in the background music selection in the option menu. Because Streets of Rage 2 has that.
Yeah.
I know Tekken 8 has it, but some of those remixes, which are like bangers too, in that game, is on like it's for some of the levels.
Yeah.
Tekken 8 is just that soundtrack is just so good.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some, man, my brain, man, it is like my medication's wearing off. That's how I can tell that, like, I took it later today. So like I'm in that weird fuzzy phase where like it's wearing off, but my body hasn't adjusted to it wearing off. So like my brain just feels fried and energetic at the same time.
Oh wow!
I don't. Laurent knows what I'm talking about, right, Laurent? We have similar things. All right, Ed. It is time for that segment that we like to call
Crashing the Block. Yes.
Love it. I love it. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, topics, or thoughts, feel free to send them into the show. You can do so on the Nintendo Power Block question block channel on the Discord, or leave comments on the YouTube videos, drop them on the free Patreon thread, or look for the posts on X, Twitter, Blue Sky, wherever, those social media platforms. Also, you should follow us on the socials at Powblock Podcast. I'm going to try to be more active on those on Twitter and Blue Sky specifically. Not necessarily Threads, because Threads is AI fake account nightmare. Every time I get a like on Threads, I'm like, oh, what's this? And I click on it, and it's like some fake OnlyFans clickbait. Click this link for, you know, it's we've all been there. So, but yeah, follow us on at Powblock Podcast on social media. I will try to post some stuff on Instagram too, but I don't know. I'm terrible at Instagram. That's like the platform I'm the worst at. So we'll figure it out. But we want your questions and topics, so please send them in. Also, if you're in the chat right now, feel free to ask any questions while we are, answering these ones.
Yes.
Our friend Sam Hall writes in, Edward. Now that Xenoblade is out and we have the full collection on Switch, would you like Nintendo to try to work with Bandai Namco and Sony to have Monolith remake or remaster Xenogears or Xenosaga, or buy those IP outright from them?
So, I was thinking about this, and I would say maybe Xenogears needs to be remastered, and just let Bandai Namco re-release Xenosaga. Because Xenogear is a PlayStation 1 game, I think that one would definitely need a remake. Xenosaga not so much, and the reason why I say this for Xenosaga, all three of those games are movies. there's 45-minute cutscenes that are straight up movies, and I
Yeah.
don't, I literally don't think that there's much gameplay in those games. Like if Monolith Soft and Nintendo and Bandai Namco, which have a great relationship, if they want to like clean them up and release them, that's fine. But I would let Bandai Namco handle that. That where
Yeah.
Monolith Soft don't have to do nothing. But Monolith Soft will have to touch Xenogears because I don't think Square Enix will touch them or spend the money and resources on getting them fixed. Nintendo, having once again a great relationship with Square Enix, will be able to work with them easily to get this game remade with Monolith Soft. And those three could work out a contract because I think Monolith Soft would definitely um put some more effort, some new stuff into it, and really clean up a lot of that game. Maybe take some things out, revise some things, put some voice acting, quality music, like redo the soundtrack and everything. Xenogears, I feel like would get more recognition because as much as Xenogears is the first game in the Xeno um legacy of games,
Hmm.
it no nobody really played that game. It just like, oh, Xenosaga, it's not Final Fantasy pass. So Xenogears, I mean everybody. I think Xenogears would definitely need the remake, and Nintendo, Monolith, and Square Enix could work on something for that.
Yeah. My opinion would be to remake Xenogears, but not in a way that's like going to cost a lot, or like just do a few quality of life changes, do a few, kind of like the way. Let me back up. I think they should definitely remake Xenogears and remaster the Xenosaga series. Just give the Xenosaga series an upres, right? Make it widescreen, maybe add some quality of life improvements to the game. Those games don't need a lot of work, right? Just
Mm-hmm.
upres. I mean, we've said this already. Like the GameCube, PS2 era of games is the perfect era for HD remasters, right?
Yes.
They like the way they can be remastered. Like the art style holds up. They look retro enough to look old, but new enough to feel like modern games to an extent. So
Quality of
like,
life.
you look at what they did with Bat and Kados, right?
Yeah.
That was recently released digitally here, physically everywhere else. It's annoying. It's so annoying. I wanted that physically just to have it. I wasn't going to play it because it's a card-based game, and I know Shane. I can hear Shane yelling at me from Discord. Um,
But
except
in a
he's
nice,
except he's
gentle way.
yeah, except he's not yelling because he's Shane, and he probably has never yelled louder than anything in his entire
Love
life
him.
because he's the nicest person ever. But you know what I mean. Like
Yes.
it's I I think Xenogears needs work. I think maybe they would finish the story, even if it's like because Monolith has been adding story elements to Xenoblade, right? So
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they could theoretically go in and finish, and maybe even theoretically connect it to Xenoblade 3 officially instead of unofficially like it is now, right? So
Yeah, that's why I said, well, we both mentioned like adding stuff, um, fleshing out things. I feel like there's probably content that was already cut from that story that they have a chance to add on, and Nintendo be like, yeah, let's give them some extra money for some DLC.
mhm. Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's where my mind's at, but I think it would be worth at least talking to them to get these games, these IP,
Right, and
at least on the console. Maybe not own them directly, but indirectly they could do something. I think
right.
So All right.
Now,
Oh, go
oh,
ahead. Sorry.
oh no, I was just saying now what that would say for Microsoft and Sony, and the only reason why I'm bringing them in is because it could probably be like a wonderful one-on-one situation where Nintendo funds it and then maybe Square Enix later on buys them out, or Bandai Namco buys them out, something with the contract, and then they could put them on other platforms and PC.
Yeah.
That also could work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Um. All right. Our next question comes from not Jim Ryan via Threads. Speaking of Threads, that's a great name, by the way. Um, also, it's a PlayStation related question, which is also sure. Hey guys, I love the show and have been listening all year.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to your answer to this one. How do you feel about Ken Kutaragi just passively mentioning he has Nintendo PlayStation in his cupboard at home? What a weird thing to have. Thanks. Looking forward to your answer.
I don't think it's weird. I, it's Ken Kutaragi. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be surprised. I'm like, because he's been with Sony for a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
I I think that's cool. Okay, so he had it in the cupboard. Okay, whatever. There's been a lot of places who have found weird stuff at garage sales and
Mm-hmm.
things like that. In somebody's grandparents' house that even the grandparents don't know what it is and
Yeah.
stuff. So I don't think it's weird. I think it's actually cool that he has one. And you know, it may feel weird because he probably just be like, "Oh, I have this," and you know, not making a big deal out of it and everything. But yeah, I don't think it's weird. I think that's actually cool.
Yeah.
And everything. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he has one.
Yeah. I agree. I think it's cool. I think this would be a really neat thing to see in person at some point. I wish these things were more widely available, I guess you would
Mhm.
say, or like not available to purchase, but like, this is one of the rarest pieces of gaming history ever, right? And like,
Yes.
to see it in person would be really cool. I was looking at images of it because, pictures were taken of it, and uh, it just was really cool to um, see up close and kind of like, oh, what do these buttons do? I've never seen these buttons before on this thing, right? They would always show it from like this angle,
Yeah.
and it was like really cool to see it from, these different angles. And I was like, wow, this is like really a fascinating piece of technology that like I mean, as a Nintendo fan, sometimes you think what could have been, in a sense, but uh, at the end of the day, you know, PlayStation obviously went one way, Nintendo went another. But
Yeah.
sometimes you wonder, like, man, could they have had their cake and ate it too? But obviously, like, Sony would have grown a different way. Probably would have been, some sort of sub part of Nintendo's history instead of their own, right? Like, it's
It,
good that PlayStation is on its own, I think, at this
it,
point.
and Sony had video games. Was the Sega CD. Hook. I think Hook was one of them, or
Mm-hmm.
Peter Pan was one of them. And so I mean, and then they had cartridges also, and everything. Like I would have been like if he had the system and then he had the CD version of Secret of Mana before they made it to the Super Nintendo version. I'd be like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I would be on that level. But you know, he just had the system. Like, oh, cool.
Yeah. Um, I would like to see one someday, I think. But I wonder if it'll be in that Nintendo museum.
Oh, I would love that.
But I don't know because I don't think I'll ever make it over there. I would like to, but I don't know. It's expensive, and I think out of my family, I'm the only one that's interested in even trying to go. So,
Yep.
also being like not, the language barrier also is intimidating for me, and the culture barrier is kind of, obviously you can learn some things and pick up on things, but like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Ed, last one, easy one, fun one. Deshaun Malone via Blue Sky writes in and asks, what is your favorite Nintendo box art?
I think me and you probably gonna agree and say Super Mario Brothers 3. That yellow is
It is
beautiful
it is
with
not my
Mario.
favorite, but I agree that it's a nice looking cover. It's
Hmm.
plain, it's simple, it's nice, but it is definitely not my favorite.
Oh, I should say I think we probably will agree
Oh, yeah.
for it.
No, yeah.
Um, I
Yeah.
mean, that's one of my favorites. Like, the Double Dragon 2 is one of my favorites. Um, I don't think I have um ultimate box art for Nintendo.
Oh, I do. I
For it.
totally do.
What is yours, Corey?
Oh, it's the GameCube version of Twilight Princess. It's it's my favorite box art of all time, I think. I mean, it's so clean. It's so clean. And
Yeah.
like the maroon on the side matches like the all black stuff
Mm-hmm.
on of like the like it doesn't have the only on GameCube purple triangle in the corner to ruin the
Yeah.
front. Like it's just
Perfect.
it's the perfect box art. And like I think what makes it is the black of in the charcoal of the GameCube case, because the
Mm-hmm.
Wii version looks atrocious. Right? Because like not only is the box white and like the Wii like color scheming is gray and white,
Yeah.
but also like it has that weird gold filter on the front of it that the GameCube one doesn't have.
Yes.
And so yeah, the GameCube version is perfect.
If I actually had to choose my favorite, it is Super Mario 3D World on Wii U.
Mm.
That I love that cover art. For
Um,
it.
I also want to say the Wii U box art for Twilight Princess is hideous. Like it's so awful.
Is it that kind of?
It's
Did it
awful.
have?
It's hold on,
It don't. It.
let me
It
grab
don't.
it. I have it. Hold on.
What was another one? Oh, Tatsunoko versus Capcom was another great one that I love, and definitely love the Marvel versus Capcom Final Collection one too. But like my number one is definitely Super Mario 3D World. I know people probably would have said I thought it would be Yoshi Crafted World. Um,
So the Wii U, right? It's like this nasty like vomit rainbow colors on the front of it, and
mhm.
like Wolf Link and Midna are like challenging Link on Epona, and like it has like all these weird versions of the characters
It
all around, and they spoil the story right on the front cover, by the way. Spoilers for Twilight Princess. If you're not like, if you plan on playing the Wii U version, don't look at the cover because it spoils it.
I feel like it is poster material. Like it looks like it's
No,
a
it's
good
not
work
even
that would
that.
be.
It's ugly, man. It's so
I mean,
ugly.
I like it. I think it looks good for a poster to hang up in your room. It may not be the one people enjoy for the as a Nintendo cover. I understand what they were going for, but it may be like, oh, this looks good for a poster.
Yeah, it's just
Excuse me.
it's
Oh,
hideous.
and Metroid Dread's cover. Oh, I love that
Yeah,
red on it.
Metroid Dread's cover is pretty sick. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Um but that's all we got, Ed. That's our show.
All right, then. Well, we're gonna get it quick. It's just some quick thoughts. Once again, April 2nd. We're gonna be live for the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct. Gonna be watching it, giving our thoughts. talking about the price, the release of its launch day, what games may be coming and what may be announced. Um, we also may probably um you know, see what games has the possibility of also coming to the platform. And then we'll probably get a infographic of all who are going to be um participating in the Switch release, Switch 2 release, like that's going to be producing games. Hopefully Ubisoft is part of that. Square Enix, Bandai Namco, EA, Microsoft, I hope a lot of companies from this generation that supported the Switch will continue their support for it. And I'm also interested to see what indies are coming and how indies are going to be playing into this. So definitely it's going to be a great direct, and also games that may also be playable on Switch, on the first Switch. We're going to be talking about that too. Um, so yeah, everybody, hopefully we see you guys April 2nd and that you will join us. Like I said, we'll be posting times and let you guys know when we go live with it. But that is my final thought. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'm really excited, especially because like we're gonna do it live, so like that makes it even more exciting. Because like the last time I was looking at like old YouTube stuff from us, Ed, not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily Boss Rush stuff, but just the last time we did live stuff, like a live watch along, was before the pandemic.
Oh yeah.
Like we did like reactions, like we used to do like Boss Rush at night and stuff, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
every night after E3, but like we haven't done a watch along since before like the pandemic. It's been that long.
Oh wow.
So yeah, I would like to go back and watch some of that stuff too at some point. But yeah, man, it's been a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm excited. I'm really happy that people want to join us on live, and I know Stephanie's going to be on with us, and I know Josh Finney said he wants to be on with us, and I don't know if Laurent wants to be on with us or not, but maybe he'll be around. So we're gonna have a full crew regardless of who's here or not, and I'm very excited. Gonna try to be really careful of not talking over each other, but it's gonna
Yes.
happen. So yeah,
And I kind of would love to have Brody on. Um,
I mean,
to have
yeah,
him on.
probably could. Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Are they into Switch though? I mean, I feel like they're not
Bro, I
Nintendo
mean,
people.
I,
Just
I mean, they love games and everything. They're not really big into Nintendo, and everything. But I would love to have Spawn Camp, get their opinion about it. And I would like to have, of course, Nick. I would love to have his opinion. Evan and Brody's opinion. Definitely with some of the PC stuff that's to it, like with the mouse pad and everything. And of course, we got to around with that. But I would like to have them on to give their opinion also on what they think about this, and like hear what pros and cons and stuff, and possibilities of games that could be on it. um you know and Brody still plays the Switch and everything, so I definitely would love to have one of them on, with it. If Nick is cool coming on, I would love to have Nick on there, just to hear his thoughts and come from a PC perspective, because we'll definitely have an Xbox
yeah,
perspective, we have a Sony perspective, but definitely a PC perspective because of some of the
hmm
features that they may announce that is like related or close to PC
yeah.
players.
And what I would like to do too is like even if it's not both of us, but individually reach out to a lot of different people after the direct and just do like maybe like 15-minute one-on-ones with them and be like, what do you think
Mm-hmm.
of this? What did you think of the Switch 2 reveal? What were your favorite things? Or, I mean, or even have groups of people on for expansion pass to talk about, right?
Yeah,
Like that. I mean, that should fill content for a couple weeks before the launch, right? So,
if because I still have Zencaster, so if people
mhm.
are available to do 15-minute stuff, I'll probably just use Zencaster and record some discussions, and then let you know, be like, hey, we got some discussions and opinions
Mhm.
from these people. So I'll reach out
Yeah,
if they're able to do it, and then we'll do the big show that night.
yeah. It should be fun. It'll be great. I'm really excited.
Which means I need to text Grayson
Oh yeah, we
Morales.
got to get Grayson on too. Man, man, you can't do that without him.
Of course. I'm like, Grayson, I know you're busy. I know you're working. Can you jump on for
He's not
15
busy.
minutes?
What's he doing? Writing a guide for something? Come on.
He's doing a lot. I'm like, can you jump on for 15 minutes? Just give me your thoughts, your reactions, and
He's
we'll
not
go.
he's not busy.
We love you, Grayson, if you see this. Mr. Morales.
Oh, I love Grayson. He's so cool.
He is. Well, thank you for watching or listening to this episode of Nintendo Power Block. Remember, you can find new episodes of this podcast every Monday morning on YouTube podcast services as part of our free Patreon content and on our website at bossrush.net. If you enjoyed the discussions on today's episode, leave the video a like or a good rating on your podcast app. If you subscribe to our Patreon, you gain ad-free access, early access to Expression Pass and Book Club, and exclusive access to Power Block 1-Up. Thank you so much for watching and or listening, everybody. Thank you for tuning in live with us. We definitely enjoyed the conversations. We enjoyed your comments. So all we want to say to you guys is have a great week, have a great weekend, and we'll see you next time on Nintendo Power Block. Bye, everybody. Woohoo!
Bye everyone. If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Austin Campbell, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, Matthew Keel, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network. Oh, we're live!
Yes.
We did it. We did it.
Yay. Yes.
All right. Look at us. Look at us, Edward. We're doing things.
Yes, we are.
Still learning. Still learning the StreamYard, but it's fine.
And next time, you'll get it down pat.
Yeah. Oh, well, Ed, before I guess we get started with the show, how are you? How's it going? You doing all right?
I'm doing good. Like I said, I got the second off. Getting ready for my birthday weekend and the next 2 weeks. Was able to pay my car note this last week. Oh, dude, you don't know. I wasn't stressing on it, but I was just like, man, they better have this thing ready by the 26th because I need to pay this bill. And I got to pay and everything. Yeah.
Well, at least you got it paid, right? And I mean, that's the main thing, they say.
Yeah. Then just I know in April, I think my second check or probably my first, I gotta find out. After I do my plane ticket, I gotta start ready to get like packing the stuff for PAX. I actually need to order, like I said, order a microphone and stuff. Um, yeah, but yeah, I'm doing good.
Oh man, PAX, huh? That's soon.
Yes, it is. It is really, really soon. Um, so I got to get my writer spirit up. Be like, look, commit, right. interview.
Yeah, it's should be all right, huh? Should be
Yes.
should be a good time, huh? So, anyways, I guess we have a
Yeah.
show to do, huh?
Yes.
Not that I don't enjoy free chatting. We usually do this before the show, but uh, Ed, I have maybe we should get this out of the way before the show starts. Very you ever you ever look at a tangled slinky and wonder how it got so tangled?
Yes, because I used to buy a lot of the slinkies, mostly the plastic ones, and I would play with it and everything, and make it go down the stairs and stuff like that. But I never knew how it got it tangled. Like, and I would keep it like where it's all down,
I know.
it's all packed together.
It's
But
a mystery.
I
It's
think, yeah, I think it's something about when some people try to do it universal, like they put it in a circle and stuff, and then it just end up getting like weird that way.
yeah. Slinkies are weird, man. My mom brought one over for like a metal one for the kids. So first of
The
all,
classic.
dangerous. Second of all, like it's totally normal 1 second, and then like 5 seconds, later, my kids walk out of the room and they come back, and it's totally like impossibly tangled. It's impossible. And the thing about the metal ones is that you have to like be super careful
Yeah,
untangling it, or it's metal, so it's gonna expand and like unslinky itself.
yeah. It's like a pair of keys. Sometimes their keys get crossed up and everything. You be like, wait a
Yeah,
minute, how did
or
this
like
happen?
or like sometimes like because my keys are on like a tiny lanyard, not like
Uh
a
huh.
full size one, but a tiny one, and like my leg will hit them while I'm driving, and then like I put my keys in my pocket and then I pull them back out, and like the key is like stuck inside the key ring. It's like
Yeah.
it's like what's happening in my pocket, like,
Sang, sang.
and it's not like it's not like I'm like working like a physical job anymore. I'm sitting at a desk or standing at a desk. It's not like you know
And shaking it don't work
no,
sometimes.
it doesn't
You
work at all.
it's
And
just
then like
like,
it only happens when like you need to unlock the door because
mm-hmm.
my wife and kids aren't home, and I pull my key out to unlock the door and it's like stuck in there, and it's terrible. It's
That's like
terrible, Ed.
3 extra minutes because you gotta try to pull out the little ring from the key and then do some
Mm-hmm.
other stuff. Be like, goodness, I'm not. This shouldn't be harder than a Nintendo controller getting untangled.
It should not. You are correct, but here we are.
Here we are.
Man, isn't that? I mean, that was like the awesome thing about the Wavebird is you didn't have to like untangle controllers.
Yeah.
Like every time I would put them away, I would wrap them the same way.
Yep.
And magically, when I went to go get the controller out, it would be like knotted up and twisted and probably choking some rodent or something. I don't know.
It always had to happen with my adapters. And it was just like, I know I rolled this up. I didn't do my brother stuff when he had the Genesis or his Master System. I never touched this stuff. But every time, like, somehow my Nintendo stuff would get all tangled and I would have to just sit there and unwrap it. And don't get me wrong. Don't on a TV show or some music or something would help you untangle it and everything because you got all of this stuff, and then you used to pull it like his hair, and then you used to like dangle and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
our younger
It's
days.
mm. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It is what it is, though.
Yep.
I think that's the one thing people probably can celebrate now is wireless gaming. Um, there's
Mm-hmm.
not many cords. It's still the HDMI and the power supply, and that's
Mm-hmm.
pretty much it. Unless you got like some headphones that like my Xbox. I got my a wired headphone to my controller. Um,
Mm-hmm.
my Switch, I have wireless headphones. PlayStation wireless headphones. So it's just like going wireless, I guess, reduce the wire problem that people was having. I literally wonder what would kids today feel about gaming if they still had to do wire connections with controllers and stuff. And then like the Tango controller stuff happens to them.
Yeah. Good times, huh?
Yeah.
Good times. Wavebird, still one of the best controllers ever made.
I wish I was able to have one. I remember I played on one at a friend's house, but I never owned one.
Sorry, man. I had 4 at one time.
Oh wow!
Because I thought maybe I would play play GameCube with my imaginary friends.
Oh no! Oh.
Oh man.
I think because with GameCube for me, even though I had a job, and buying my games at Sears, I just never seen a Waybird. Like, I'm like, and Target. The Waybird was just never around some places, and
Yeah.
I wasn't a Best Buy shopper at that time. Like, I didn't get into Best Buy shopping literally until like the Nintendo DS.
Yeah. You should the thing was with those is like first it was the it was the black one or the gray one, right? That went with like the purple and the black GameCube,
Yes.
right? And they, had that, it's just this clean gray look. But then like when the silver GameCubes came out like a couple years later, and then the silver, like all the accessories started becoming silver, right?
Silver.
Because it was a silver GameCube, it was a silver Game Boy player, and then the silver Wavebirds came out, and those ones are like really hard to find.
Oh,
but
heck
like,
yeah!
But like, the thing is like when you go to buy a game, like a Wavebird, like the gray ones, like online or something, because I've been looking for some, and okay, I'm going to preface this: they're really easy to find without the adapter. just like the Game Boy players are really easy to find without the disc, right? So but like the gray, I just want the gray ones because I have the Indigo GameCube, and I'm like, I don't want silver, looks weird with this, so I just want the gray ones. Dude, every single one has like stains on it. Like, I'm like, what did you like clean up a murder with this thing, or like I don't know, stab Willy Wonka with it, and like there's chocolate all over. I don't know, man. It's just all over the place. It's everywhere. It's just, they're all nasty. Like, at least have the sense to try to clean it up before you post it.
Yeah.
Also, I saw side tangent. I saw a 3DS on Facebook Marketplace today, like literally about an hour and a half ago. And it was like barely used, like new. And the picture of it, like the 3DS was hanging off of one of its hinges.
Ooh.
I'm like, barely used. You probably didn't use it because you stepped on it or ran over it or something.
Right.
Like, oh my gosh. I'm just like, man, people.
Oh, wow. Well, there is the Midwest Gaming Classic happening in Milwaukee this year. I am going to try to go to one and like probably like look around and stuff. But yeah, I remember with GameCube stuff, as much as people say they didn't really want the system, thought the system was kiddie, some of the accessories were hard to find in stores.
They were all hard to find. Like,
Like,
I mean, but that's Nintendo though, right? Like when they put out those
uh-huh.
Smash controllers when Smash came out, they sold like 12. They put out like 12 of them, right? In the adapters,
Yeah.
like my adapter, I couldn't find the Switch one at all. I have the Wii U one, but I couldn't find the Switch one, so I ended up importing it because it was cheaper to import one.
Uh-huh.
Because like for games, I know they're all region free, but like I kind of care that they all kind of have the the North American rating on it.
Yeah.
So like, I do that, but with accessories, like I mean, the Splatoon 2 controller that I want to get, like to import it is like $68, and to buy the American one is like $120.
That is
I'm like,
insane.
it's just and the only thing that's different is the language on the box. It's literally the only difference.
Wow.
So it's like, what like, man, and,
It,
and I get it, but also like, dang,
but the thing about it, definitely during the GameCube era, it was just my thing has been go to the stores that no one goes to or expect. So when I was going to Sears, I was finding a lot. Target, yeah, Electronic Boutique or GameStop, okay. Best Buy, sure, yeah. But like if Montgomery Ward's was around, that was one of the places here. You
yeah,
low
you're
key,
dating us here, Ed. What
I
what
know,
what
but
are you doing?
you but see Montgomery Ward's because they did sell video games. Nobody was going there. So if there was a game that you was looking for, during during the PlayStation 1 days and stuff,
Mhm.
man, they had everything. That's how I got Resident Evil.
Yeah.
I went to Montgomery Ward's. It was able. Well, my sister was able to buy Resident Evil because I wasn't old enough yet, but I gave her the money. Um,
Yeah.
I was able to get it because Resident Evil wasn't sold at everywhere and stuff.
Yeah.
And so when it came to like the accessories, Montgomery Ward's had some of the accessories, but more PlayStation than Nintendo. Yeah, when GameCube came out, I'm like, if Sears had it and everything, I'm like, I need to get it because if I don't get it from Sears, I probably won't see it again. If people catch on to where to buy games and where to buy accessories and stuff, because that's like Sears. I think Sears is where I got my GameCube adapter
Mhm.
for the Game Boy Advance, like for the GBA. Like a lot of like my memory cards was coming from Sears, my games, my black controllers was coming to Sears because nobody was really shopping there to buy stuff. So I would go there to get my video games for Nintendo.
Mm. Yeah.
I feel like
Accessories, man.
I feel like we went to expansion pass territory.
I know, but I'm just kind of like, here's, if we're gonna do a live show, we might as well just do a little bit of a pre-show.
Yeah,
I mean, I know the Boss Rush podcast pre-show exists, but as a Patreon thing, but we can do one here. Who cares? We
yeah,
basically do one anyway, so.
pretty much. Yeah, the GameCube era of gaming.
Remember the e-reader?
You know what? That was another hard one to find.
Yeah.
I never seen it for the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah. Man, they were clearanced out at Sears for such a long time,
Mm.
and now they're worth so much money.
I need to I would love to do a list on uh abundant stuff from Nintendo that got clearance now is hard to find. Cause like
Mhm.
I know you want to punch down on Earthbound, but like I didn't know that
Whoa, not
Earthbound
all
was
the time.
well, I didn't know that Earthbound was really was like clearance heavily on at Kmart. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it was pretty clearanced out at Toys R Us too at one point.
Uh,
So
Yeah, Toys R Us wasn't a place that I did a lot of game shopping to until I started working there and getting my discount. Because that same thing about going to Sears, we were the last one people would ever think of.
yeah, I mean, I used to go to Toys R Us when I couldn't find something. So
And that's why when I came and visited you and we got our Super Nintendos, I was just like, your store has this many. We need to be in line to get one.
yeah, man, that was fun.
It
I saw
was.
I saw those pictures the other day for the first time in a while.
Oh,
It was cool. It was fun.
that was my first time ever doing a morning lineup for video games.
Uh, yeah, I think that was because that was after. Yeah, that was after the Switch came out. So like, man, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I guess I don't really remember standing in line in the morning for anything either, except for the Switch the day it came out. Like I went like, but I had it pre-ordered and I was just waiting outside with people who had already pre-ordered it.
Oh, we we had the system, and we seen people lined up, and our thing was like getting the protection plan and everything to be like, hey, this is a new system. Um, we do recommend the protection plan because this is the first version of it. Anything could happen, as you know. And Toys R Us is good with their protection plan on fixing it or sending it to Nintendo or you getting your money back or whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
people got the protection plan, and people were still buying Breath of the Wild. Um, before like they even got the system because like but you know me, I had my Breath of the Wild in the back, so I bought my
Mm-hmm.
Breath of the Wild for Wii U. I did the protection plan on it, and you know of course we went out of business, but I was
What?
making sure that I had it. And then when I finally got my Switch, that's when I rebought Breath of the Wild on Switch and everything. But yeah, so because I mostly did late night releases, and our late night releases was for Star Wars or Call of Duty. That was most of ours. But we did used to close the store for the military and some of the Chicago Bulls basketball players.
Mm.
So you know they would be with the kids and everything for for something, and we would close the store and spend like 3 hours with them. Never knew who the players were. We're just like it was just really good to meet them and stuff. I mean, they was cool people. I think I was more excited to meet the military people because they
Mm-hmm.
were just like, "Oh, we still got $75. Come to the clearance session. You need this," and they were just like, we have never been to a store where all the associates are helping us. They used to do it in Gurnee, and nobody like we're really helping besides just ringing out. We as associates, man, we were ringing them out, bagging their stuff like normal, but we was also giving them extra toys, just trying to get our whole clearance section down. I'm like, you got $75, we can make you have about 35 toys worth that sold $75. And they was buying it all. They was just like, thank you. And we had them out before like 9 o'clock before the
Mm-hmm.
store opened. And they was just like, yeah, this is why we love coming to y'all store than anything else. I was like, okay.
Okay.
So,
Oh man. Well, what do you say we get this real show on the road, huh?
all right, then let us get going. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.